Hey fabulous people! It's been a long time since I last did a video and I'm aware of this and I apologize for this, but something recently inspired me to continue making videos, even though there has been very little demand for it. I was at work the other night and I started having a conversation with a couple of customers about a recent film, which is fantastic. Maybe you've heard of it. It's called The Black Panther. Go see it. It's the best Marvel movie at any point ever. Doesn't matter if it's MCU or ex-MCU or a fringe film. The best Marvel movie to date. One of the best movies I have ever seen in my life. But in talking to them, they got really enthusiastic because I was really enthusiastic, and they suggested that I keep making videos, which was really nice of them, and I very much appreciate that. It's nice to be appreciated. But anyway, I am going to do what I hope is a spoiler-free breakdown of my opinion of Black Panther. I say hopefully spoiler free because honestly I have a lot of emotions. So many emotions. Anyway, Black Panther takes place a few days really after what occurs in Captain America Civil War. So basically, and I'm not the first person to realize this, Black Panther and Civil War accounts for T'Challa as just a really bad week. Really bad week. But, hello princess. Sorry, my kitty wants love and attention. Say hi to the humans on the computer, princess. Yeah? She does not like being picked up. She loves being loved, but she doesn't like being picked up. Anyway, above and beyond, my favorite character by far was Shuri. For those of you who don't know, Shuri is T'Challa's younger sister. By younger, I mean she's 15 years old. The actress is not, but the character is. She did a fantastic job. Honestly, I would give my life for this girl. Long live Shuri, hail Shuri, just give the country to Shuri. I love you, T'Challa, but walk away, your sister can do it better. In fact, there's actually been times in the comics where Shuri has been the Black Panther. And she's done pretty great in my opinion. I'm not an expert, but I have an opinion. And I'm sharing it with you on a YouTube channel because that's what millennials with no time and no love choose to do. Anyway, Shuri was fantastic, and she wasn't the only girl in the movie. And that seems like something we shouldn't have to be excited about, but I am so pumped about that. There was such a broad range of intelligent, capable, powerful women. We had queens, we had princesses, we had warriors, we had spies, we had a lineup of amazing, beautiful, capable women. From 15 years old to in their middle age, to an older woman in her prime, to a much older woman still doing a great job on the council. We had women everywhere, and it was the best, and it is not something you see in action movies. I cannot wait until we get more. I am a comic book fan, and I am a painful comic book fan. I just finished organizing my comics last night, and I have a filing cabinet full of them. But something that I realized while I was looking through it was, oh, America, Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. I have a lot of girls in my comic books. I love seeing women in comics. And the comics that I have that weren't women, such as the Young Avengers, which is a team build-up, has a lot of women and also lots of non-WASP cis straight characters. Again, Young Avengers is the one that immediately comes to mind, with the famous comments from Kate Bishop, aka Hawkeye, who I also have her comics. Am I the only one here who's straight? Yes, Kate, you're the only one here who's straight, but we still love you. Anyhow, yeah, there's this brilliant depth of opportunity in Marvel Comics for intelligent, capable, strong female characters and well thought out, beautiful, non-cisgender, heterosexual, white characters. Which is one of the reasons that modern films and modern comic book films have, well, I don't even need modern, just films in general, have been pretty disappointing in giving us the same straight white male lead over and over again. I love them, I do. Cap, you're fantastic, and Tony, I really have a lot of ways to connect with you, especially in Iron Man 3 when you were having panic attacks. It was like, wow, my anxious heart. Baby. But I have disappointments, and those disappointments are seeing the same thing over and over again. I still haven't brought myself to watch Doctor Strange because I'm so mad at the wasted opportunity that was Doctor Strange. It would have been so easy to cast an Asian man in that role. It kind of makes me think back to when they did the Last Airbender movie. Yes, Avatar: The Last Airbender takes place in a world that is not our own, so the ethnicities are not our own, and it's arguable as to whether or not you can even call the characters human. But every single world was thoroughly based in Asian cultures and Asian principles. So putting a bunch of white people in those roles felt really uncomfortable. And it just didn't look right, and it didn't sit right, and there was honestly no care placed whatsoever towards the original intent. And that's what I feel like happened with Doctor Strange. The role is heavily Asian influenced. From the way the magic is designed, to their basic movements, to the fact that he learns martial arts. And it's just painful to see a role that would have been perfect for an Asian character go to another bland white guy, even though in the comics it's a bland white guy. I get it. White guys were the easiest thing to sell back in the heyday of comics. This is not the heyday of comics anymore. Comic book fans are not the average Joe anymore. Comic book fans are the weirdos who find something to relate to in these comic characters. I relate to Squirrel Girl because she is amazingly optimistic and refuses to give up on anyone. I relate to Wiccan because I know what it's like to be queer and uncomfortable in an American high school. I relate to Magneto because I know what it's like to feel like the entire world is out to get you and all you want to do is burn it down and start over. We relate to these characters at a deep level. Comic books are not just, let's watch the action guy do the action thing. Comic books can be an intrinsically emotional, almost spiritual journey. And in bringing these stories to the big screen, we have this moment to bring more people in and help more people understand where we're coming from. And there have been great strides in this. And I think that the Black Panther is a culmination of this. In Iron Man 3, we got to have a character who was a superhero but was struggling with mental illness. That's a big step, especially in regards to battling ableism. In Wonder Woman, we finally got to see a woman not only take on the main role, because we've had women get the main role in Supergirl and Elektra, but have the main role and have it be done respectfully and properly, and it's not a coincidence that it was a female director doing this. We've had these big leaps forward, and I really hope that this is how we continue to go. There have been steps back. I will forever be disappointed that we didn't get to see bisexual Peter Parker with black male MJ. I will always be disappointed that that's not something we got to see. But if you look in the background of Spider-Man Homecoming, you see Cindy Moon on the Mathletes team with Peter, so maybe we'll get Silk. And how sad is it that that is what we're clinging to? We have a potential for a female Asian superhero kicking ass, and I want it so bad. There are so many things that I want from the MCU that they have the potential to give us. And there are so many things that I want from the XMCU that they have the potential to give us. And there are so many things that I want from DC that they have the potential to give us. Like maybe we'll get Aquaman's Native American son. That would be cool to see. Probably not. DC tends to be really hesitant about things. Whatever you do, DC, do not give Batgirl to Joss Whedon. He doesn't deserve her. He doesn't. Anyway, there are amazingly beautiful things that we can get from these comic book stories that we deserve to get. And if enough of us demand it, and enough of us show out, and I don't mean just show out for Marvel movies or for DC movies, I mean show out for specific movies that have what we want. I'm going to go see Love, Simon, and it's not my usual thing. I don't normally do teen dramas, but you know what? This is a gay male lead. This is about a gay boy coming out and embracing himself. And if Love, Simon does really well, then maybe they'll consider giving us some of our queer characters. Maybe we'll get a Young Avengers movie with queer Wiccan and gay Hulkling and bisexual Speed and bisexual Prodigy. Maybe we'll get lesbian Latina kick-ass superhero America Chavez on the big screen. Maybe. But we have to show out. We have to come out and show these big name companies that we want it. And we have to do it in the cinema, we have to do it in our comic book stores, and we have to do it on social media. We have to be upfront with these people and let them know this is what we want. That's what we did with Black Panther. That's what we did with Wonder Woman. And it's what we have to keep on doing if we want to see what we want to see. Thank you guys for listening to me. This has been kind of a long, ridiculous rant that doesn't make much sense to anyone, I don't think, but I hope you like it, and I hope to continue doing things like this in the future. Stay fabulous. You're the best. I love you.